Good evening, I'm Nicole Weisberg. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, the province launching a new campaign to stop speeders, a problem some say has gotten worse with the removal of photo radar. Concerns over construction waste blowing into a St. Albert pond. And a look at a traditional event happening at the Indigenous Games here in Edmonton.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Nicole Weisberg.
The province will soon roll out a new campaign targeting stunt drivers and excessive speeders. But one city councillor says advertising doesn't go far enough and more enforcement is what's needed. CTV's Connor Hogg has more.
We really want to make sure that we can make our streets that much safer.
The province says it will soon be making life more difficult for stunt drivers and street racers who post videos like these of vehicles speeding around others on Alberta roads. A new campaign starting later this month will aim to educate Albertans and encourage them to report risky behavior.
They know the way in which they can report speeding across the province, as well as try to make speeding or especially racing uncool, and to be able to target individuals that sometimes are going out on social media posting lap times.
I think the minister is backpedaling because it's such a deadly year.
There have been 22 deadly crashes in Edmonton so far this year, compared to 16 at the same time last year. After the province introduced new rules earlier this year, Edmonton got rid of photo radar. City Councillor Michael Jans says the province is playing politics.
We don't need more posters. We don't need snazzy radio ads. What we need is enforcement.
A lot of these racers or speeders or excessive speeders would have license plate covers or spray that they would put on their license plate, which would make photo radar completely ineffective in being able to give them any tickets.
Dreeshen says the province is working with law enforcement to identify times and locations where stunt speeding takes place. He says reports from law-abiding drivers will help identify those trouble spots. Political watchers question whether a campaign will be enough to deter those who already take measures to conceal their identity when they drive dangerously.
It would be important, I think, to message more clearly, not just that this is dangerous and problematic, but that there's going to be more effective enforcement.
Dreeshen says the province is working to make sure there is physical enforcement on major roadways.
Make sure that people understand and realize that driving is a privilege.
Dreeshen says the new campaign will run for 2 to 3 weeks, after which the province will evaluate its effectiveness. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
City councillors have rejected a proposal by the Paths for People group to close a section of 76th Avenue to vehicle traffic. The city is redeveloping the road where it crosses Mill Creek Ravine because the culvert under the avenue is crumbling. Last winter, Paths for People suggested closing it to traffic, but leaders from 5 surrounding community leagues opposed that proposal. Today, councillors said that stance influenced their decision to support the city's original plan.
What I heard fairly strongly from most of those residents is a desire to still have that connectivity from a group of communities that is very actively in desire of more active transportation, more mobility options.
The ultimate design hasn't yet been decided, but there are 4 options. They include replacing the culvert, building a new vehicle bridge and trestle bridge, or building one bridge for both cars and pedestrians. According to the evaluation criteria, the bridge and trestle replacement without a culvert carries the least environmental risk. A man is facing sexual assault and kidnapping charges related to an assault on a woman in Blatchford. Police say last month a woman looking for an Uber got into the car of a man she didn't know on Jasper Avenue. He drove her to a construction site in Blatchford, sexually assaulted her, and left her there before driving off. Police released a composite sketch in hopes of identifying the attacker. Last Friday, police say they arrested a 30-year-old man. He has been released on bail with conditions including a 24-hour curfew and the surrender of his passport. A St. Albert man says a stormwater pond in his city has been covered in trash for months. He says the garbage is coming from nearby construction sites in a developing neighborhood. As CTV's Nav Sanger reports, he wants more done to make it stop.
While on a bike ride 3 months ago, Brett Bokoway stopped at this pond in St. Albert's Riverside neighborhood and saw it littered with trash.
I noticed large piles of plastic insulation all piled up along the edge of this wetland.
He says it appeared construction waste from nearby development sites had blown in and around the pond. Bokoway says the city partially cleaned it up in early July. He also asked the developer to do the same, but Bokoway says the problem persists.
I counted over 100 pieces of construction garbage the other day, and there's big pieces of plastic, there's lumber in there, there's styrofoam in there, there's a ton of stuff that's still in the water. Thing, right? But like, you can see this giant thing in the wetland.
He's concerned about the wildlife here, especially the birds.
And there's all kinds of red-winged blackbirds that are in that pond over there, and they're busy trying to make their nests in the spring, and yet they're faced with all this construction garbage that's piling up there.
We see a disproportionate amount of animals being negatively impacted by refuse or trash sometimes from these sites that are being developed.
Wild North's Dale Guinaud says it's easy for birds to get entangled in plastic and trash. He says they'll use it to build nests or get caught in it when they duck their heads in the water to eat.
In one summer, I rescued 7 ducks from one stormwater facility in one summer with garbage around its neck.
Guinaud believes there should be stricter rules when it comes to managing trash at large developments. He also says people in general need to be more responsible when disposing their trash.
And if we're going to share our environment with these animals, we have to make sure we protect them by protecting their environment.
We need to do something when it comes to policy and enforcement so that developers and builders have to keep a handle on their garbage before it ends up in our natural areas.
The city of St. Albert tells CTV News it's aware of concerns and it's investigated. It says the pond is regularly cleaned by the developer Jen Starr and has also been cleaned by the city. It says it will continue to work with the developer to ensure the city is clean. Nav Sanga, CTV News, Edmonton.
Alberta's canola industry could be taking a hit with China introducing an anti-dumping duty. Alberta produces a third of Canada's canola. The rate will be set at nearly 76% effective Thursday. That's on top of the 100% tariff on canola oil set back in March. It's an escalation of a year-long trade dispute that began with Ottawa imposing tariffs on Chinese EV imports last summer. China is the world's biggest importer of canola and sources nearly all of its supplies of the product from Canada.
Right now, it could be absolutely devastating. I woke up this morning, as most canola farmers did, seeing that we had lost about $1 a bushel in the value of our product that we want to sell this year. So, quite roughly, that's 7% of our income.
Alberta's agriculture minister calls the move a devastating blow to the province's agriculture industry. R.J. Sigurdsson says China is Alberta's second largest agricultural export market. He's calling on Ottawa to engage with China and restore market access. Oktoberfest celebrations will return to Ice District in downtown next month. The event gives people a chance to experience authentic Bavarian food, live music, and entertainment. And, of course, beer. They'll be serving up steins of German and local craft beer. There's also family-friendly activities offered during the day. It is the third year the Oilers Entertainment Group has hosted Oktoberfest, a celebration it says continues to grow.
We're looking into some different activities for both the outside and inside the tent. We've added a lot of infrastructure that we've invested in over the last year or two to add into the tent to really elevate the experience, and really looking forward to growing this into a long-term annual signature event in our downtown.
Oktoberfest runs over 3 weekends between September 11th and 27th. Pre-sale tickets go on sale on Thursday, with the general sale starting on Friday. Josh is here with our first look at the forecast. I know, Josh, it's going to get a lot wetter tomorrow.
Yeah, and cooler for the next couple of days as well. We've managed to be in the 20s every single day so far through this month of August, but that will come to an end over the next couple of days. We actually made it into the 27-degree range for a high today. We're at 25 right now as we've dropped a couple of degrees since hitting our daytime high. 17 is where we started, so we only had 10 degrees of warming. Temperatures way above average this morning at 17. 4 degrees above average for a daytime high this afternoon. That'll be the last above average day that we see until maybe Monday or Tuesday of next week. Here's what it looks like outside right now with the CTV drone, and you can see off in the distance there are some building clouds. We've got some showers and thunderstorms off to the west and northwest of the city that may go through here early to mid-evening hours. Most of the rain, though, is going to hold off until tomorrow, and it looks like the bulk of it will be through the morning hours. Severe thunderstorm watch for the areas in yellow. Severe thunderstorm warnings for the areas in red. That black zone is actually a tornado warning in through parts of northwestern Saskatchewan. There's the one warning that we have in Alberta, just off to the west of Drayton Valley. It looks like that storm will slide off to the southeast, should weaken in the next half hour or so. Right now producing some sizable hail. You've also got some scattered thunderstorms here further off to the southeast and then through northeastern Alberta. But it's this cluster right here that we're watching. It looks like it's pretty close to Edmonton, but it's somewhere 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish to roll through the city. So early to mid-evening, shower, possibly a thunderstorm, and then rain for tomorrow morning, backing off to scattered showers. Windy and 18 tomorrow afternoon. Full look at your 5-day forecast in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Josh. The city of St. Albert celebrated Youth Day with a free drop-in event. Kids and teens aged 12 to 18 gathered at St. Albert Place and the Little White School to connect with each other. Organizations were also there to help them try new things.
Because, yeah, and we planned out like this whole week to hang out. Yeah. You guys friends or? Yeah, we barely see each other.
It's kind of an opportunity for them to see what we have to offer for youth.
The activities included speed stacking, DIY magnets and keychains, Indigenous games, and watercolor bookmarks. Coming up, the upcoming Alberta event that will have royalty in the stands.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Peter Cash and Jenna Winterburn from 104.9 Virgin Radio, and we need your help to send some kids back to school with some fresh new kicks.
That is right. Join us right here at Kingsway Mall on Saturday, August 16th, as we collect new shoes in support of Cara Family Resources Center's Kicks for Kids campaign.
Now, we're going to be here from noon to 4. Drop off a new unused pair of shoes and help us walk towards a brighter future, one step at a time.
Brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Thousands of children from across the province are in Edmonton this week participating in the Alberta Indigenous Games. One of the more traditional events is hand games. The game has been around for generations. Originally, it was used as a way to barter for food and supplies. Now it's being played for the 6th year in a row at the Indigenous Games.
We've been able to share it with many, many nations. And so the favorite part is seeing all of those youth that come that have no clue what they're doing. And then when they're done, they're addicted and they want more.
In some northern communities, women are not allowed to play hand games. At this week's Indigenous Games, girls are a part of almost every team. An Alberta rivalry is heating up this week. The Edmonton Stingers will tip off against the Calgary Surge for a do-or-die playoff game. The winner will advance to the Canadian Elite Basketball League Western semifinal against the Vancouver Bandits. The Stingers enter the playoffs on a 3-game winning streak.
We haven't seen 3-game or 5-game series. There's not much tweaking between it. So you got to come and give them your best shot. We talk about that winner go home mentality. It's you got to leave it all on the floor in that one opportunity. And then if you're lucky enough to win, then you're on to Vancouver with the same sort of mindset.
The Stingers finished 3rd in the Western Conference regular season. Edmonton has not won a championship since its back-to-back league titles in 2020 and 2021. And for the first time in franchise history, the Riverhawks are headed to the 2nd round of the West Coast League playoffs. The first pitch at the winner-take-all game against the Bellingham Bells is at 7 tonight. It's your last chance to catch the team at Remax Field this season. If the Hawks win tonight, they'll advance to the West Coast League Championship game. That will be hosted by either the Portland Pickles or Corvallis Knights. Still to come, how you could get in on the action when the FIFA World Cup comes to Canada.
This is the largest volunteer program of any FIFA event.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Well, Josh, I feel like I woke up this morning and I thought it might be kind of cool and wet, but then it really heated up.
Yeah, there were some scattered showers that kind of broke around most of the city this morning. There were a couple neighborhoods that got some scattered showers, but as we had talked about yesterday, the sun was going to come out this afternoon and temperatures were going to jump one last day into the mid to upper 20s. Get to 27 for a daytime high, and we're actually back to 27 after slipping to 25 an hour ago. River Valley Sky Chems brought to you by Action Furnace. Action Furnace, fixed right or it's free. Partly cloudy skies out there right now after a cloudy start to the day. 26 in Red Deer, it's 25 in Grand Prairie, and you've already started to cool off in Fort McMurray at 18 degrees. Looks like the tornado warning has ended. Here's your severe thunderstorm watch. Again, watch just means potential for some severe thunderstorms. And this east central Alberta, northeastern Alberta, it would be later tonight. Not so much through the early evening hours. We've got a new little severe thunderstorm warning there for that storm just off to the southwest of Drayton Valley. You can see that's kind of tumbling off to the southeast. It actually looks like the core is weakening a little bit where you'd have some hail. That one right there we'll have to keep an eye on off to the north of Edson. Here in the Edmonton region, we're watching that line of showers, and at the southern edge, a couple of lightning strikes. As we said earlier, about 7:30, 8 o'clock for downtown Edmonton, so maybe a little bit earlier for western and northwestern parts of the region. And then you have some non-severe thunderstorms off to the north of Cold Lake and south of Fort McMurray. Also some scattered showers and thunderstorms in the northwest. Those will continue to drag their way off to the east-northeast through the rest of this evening. Here's your chance of early to mid-evening showers or thunderstorms in Edmonton, and that risk of some isolated severe thunderstorms potentially late tonight in through east central regions of the province. I think most of the heavier, steadier rain holds off until after midnight. Early tomorrow morning it should start. Heaviest, steadiest rain for the Edmonton area comes through in the morning hours. Kind of breaks down early afternoon. And through the afternoon, it actually looks like it's just cloudy with occasional scattered showers in the area, maybe a hit and miss thunderstorm. Again, we'll have to watch east central Alberta for the possibility late tomorrow for some severe thunderstorms. Here's supper time tomorrow. Just mostly cloudy skies with a chance of scattered showers, and then through the evening, a few more hit and miss showers roll in. And then after that, we're done with it. Northeastern Alberta gets some more showers Thursday morning, but we'll be in a clearing trend through the day Thursday here in the city. 12 degrees in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning, 13s for Grand Prairie and Red Deer, about 14 degrees in Edmonton. You'll hit highs of around 14 across the northwest with some steadier rain, 15 in Fort McMurray, a little closer to 20 for Red Deer, Lloydminster, and stuck in the mid-teens in Jasper. So here in the city, chance of a shower or thunderstorm early to mid-evening. Temperatures will stay in the low 20s here right through to mid-evening, and then once we get that shower or thunderstorm, that'll drop temperatures a little bit. We'll be around 18 degrees at midnight with cloudy skies. Early tomorrow morning, the rain starts. Heaviest, steadiest rain, as we said, comes through the first half of the day. Strongest wind, showers back off to just sort of hit and miss showers, but the strongest wind comes through in the afternoon, gusts to about 40 kilometers per hour and a high of 18 tomorrow. The VIP prize deadline is midnight Friday. In the Mighty Millions Lottery, you could win the BMW convertible or take $100,000 cash. Here's your 5-day forecast. You don't want to drive a convertible tomorrow. You can put the top down. It looks like Thursday, and then Friday night and Saturday night could see some scattered showers. Cool for the next 3, but back into the 20s for the weekend.
Thank you, Josh. Well, Edmonton is not getting any FIFA World Cup games next year, but you can still be part of the action without buying a ticket.
It's a really, really exciting time for Vancouver and also for FIFA. This is the largest volunteer program of any FIFA event.
FIFA is putting out a call for volunteers in every host city, including Vancouver and Toronto. About 3,000 volunteers are needed in both cities. Applicants must be at least 18 years old and be available between June 11th and July 19th of next year. Alberta will host royalty next month at Spruce Meadows. The Duchess of Edinburgh is coming to Alberta for the Masters in September. The show jumping tournament brings in competitors from around the world. Earlier this year, Spruce Meadows named Duchess Sophie as its royal patron. She'll be here in early September. Along with taking in some of the competition, she'll also visit a number of local charities supported by Spruce Meadows. The venue is on Calgary's southern limits. When we return, music and the mind. New evidence that playing an instrument may keep your brain active.
We should probably have music class the same way we have gym class, for example.
CTV News at 5.
There is more evidence tonight about the power of music and the positive impact on our health. A study has found playing an instrument may protect against cognitive aging. CTV's Pauline Chan has more.
I've been playing piano since kindergarten.
The study by Claude Alain and others involved measuring the brain activity of 25 older musicians, 25 older non-musicians, and 24 young non-musicians using MRI.
One has to do as looking at the benefit of musical training and to what extent it improves perceptual and cognitive function in young adults, for example.
Normal aging is typically associated with declines in sensory and cognitive functions, and those age-related changes are usually accompanied by increased neural activity.
The finding was quite surprising. We thought that maybe what will happen with music training is that older adults may have more efficient activity and may even generate more activity that we thought could index some compensatory mechanisms. But what we found was the opposite.
In other words, the brain activity in older musicians did not have to increase to perform certain cognitive tasks. It remained more like that of a young adult.
Music training is helping you keep a younger brain.
I try actually to play a lot of the songs that I know in different styles. I'll play like a slow waltz thing in a rock and roll style.
And the research indicates that even years after musical training, the brain retains cognitive benefits. And even when music training starts late in life, it still helps, as do other lifestyle choices, such as learning a new language.
This is, I think, very exciting because you can imagine in terms of education that we should probably have music class the same way we have gym class, for example.
For Richard Parnes, the benefits are first of all enjoyment for himself and his audience, but the brain benefits are certainly welcome. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
The Alberta Cancer Foundation Lottery is back for its 25th year with prizes bigger than ever before. Formerly known as Cash and Cars, this year's lottery includes more than 1,000 prizes worth more than $3.5 million. The grand prize winner can choose between $3 million prizes. Every lottery ticket purchased has a direct impact on research and cancer patients.
It's kind of a hit in the gut. Saw my life flash before my eyes, and just in a way I knew it was cancer, but I also didn't know obviously it was cancer. But I just think it's a horrible feeling, but I just feel like I had to fight harder for my life.
It supports directly patient financial assistance programs at the foundation, but also clinical trials operations across the province.
Grand prizes include a $2.8 million dream villa in Calgary, more than $2 million in cash, or an Edmonton home package worth up to $2.5 million. Tickets will be drawn until the end of November. And that is our show for this Tuesday night. Thank you so much for watching. CTV National News is next.